Is the plan for you to be back, like for real, like you're back to stay and to fight more fights, and not just a one and done? Is that the plan?
No, one at a time, but I'm back.
One at a time. So depending on how this fight goes, you're saying, like, what if it doesn't go?
You're coming back. Why?
I'm coming back because, like I said, boxing is always my passion, and I miss boxing for how many years? Full years I stopped boxing. And always thinking boxing, and even my house I have a boxing.
Many boxing fans and professionals believe that Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring was driven either by financial struggles or unchecked ambition. However, those assumptions were put to rest when Pacquiao himself revealed the real reason behind his comeback. In an interview following his induction into the Hall of Fame, he disclosed the true factor that pushed him back into boxing, just 1 month after being officially welcomed into the class of retired legends.
But very far from least, 2025 inductee to the International Boxing Hall of Fame, 8th Division World Champion, global superstar, Manny
In an interview with TMZ Sports, Manny Pacquiao spoke candidly about his return to boxing, expressing strong feelings about his experience in politics. "Politics is so dirty, I don't like that," he said. "When I was in politics, I genuinely wanted to serve the people with honesty. I had hoped politics would replace boxing in my life, but it turned out to be too corrupt. So, I had to return to my first love, boxing."
Yeah. Well, last question. Will you ever run for president in the Philippines? You know, like, you know, the Senate run is over. You know, like you're coming back to fighting. Would you ever consider it?
Right now, I'm at like zero in my mind about politics.
I feel you.
Politics is so dirty. Like,
oh wow. So
it's clear that Manny Pacquiao stepped away from boxing to focus on his political career. However, after a series of setbacks and unfulfilled goals in politics, he's now returned to the sport he once dominated. The Filipino boxing legend had made a firm decision 4 years ago to retire, especially after suffering a tough loss to Dennis Ugas, a fight that made him realize his body could no longer keep up with the demands of the ring. Surprisingly, the same man who once accepted the reality of aging and the limitations it brought is now attempting a comeback, even though time has taken an even greater toll. Even more puzzling is that the record he's chasing was one he himself set 6 years ago, making it difficult to understand why he's returning now in hopes of becoming a world champion once again.
Go to where you want to. Not that you want to think like that as a champ, you know. You don't think.
Yeah.
But what if it doesn't? Does that mean not to continue? Because the boxing world, you know.
Why not? I'm still here. As long as my body can fight, then I'll fight.
I love it. You know, how old can you imagine, based on how you feel? Like, how old do you think you can get in the ring? You know, 50.
I don't know. That's a favor and blessing from God. I mean, amazing.